Christmas party. So our Christmas party is called GOFFMAS, which is our last name. And this will be our 6th Christmas party. For the last couple of years since we moved into this house, we actually shifted it forward earlier in December, and we did a combined birthday Christmas party. But then this year, 2 of our good friends who live in the Netherlands are coming to Minnesota, and so we wanted to be able to overlap with their stay when they're going to be here for Christmas. So we pushed it later so that they could attend, and so it is just a full-blown Christmas party. This year the theme is Met Gala Christmas Edition. We do a theme every year. Sometimes it's not really Christmas related. Like our first year was just like Christmas costumes, and the Christmas contest winner that won was Mary and Joseph, and it was one of our friends that was pregnant. So that was super, super cute. And then there have been other themes, like for my 30th birthday, it was disco themed, so not really anything to do with Christmas, but we have Christmas decorations up. But this year is just like full-blown Christmas. So come along with us in this vlog. You can see us prep the week of, see what we're up to, see me, a type A person who like loves lists, and me and Cam who love hosting. We love welcoming people into our home. It's typically a mix of a whole bunch of different friend groups. People that we've met throughout the year that we've absolutely loved and want to get to know more. Friend groups from this and that, and just like kind of everywhere. So everybody doesn't know each other. They meet each other at GOFFMAS, or maybe they just see each other every year at GOFFMAS, or maybe they like play kickball with us and they see each other every week. So we are super excited to take you along for this. Let's go. Okay, total wine haul. So we are 1 week out from the party. Today is Saturday and it is next Saturday. And we put together this list this year, which we kind of did this last year, but I feel like we're just getting better and better at like a large scale party like this, where I'll like show you scrolling through my notes, because literally everything like counting down to the day about like Monday, this is what Cam does, this is what Tia does, this is what we both do. Just because there's probably like an hour or 2 each day this week that we'll spend on the party, and that's already when we've made all the decisions about like the games, the punches, like everything like that. I also think each year I start doing stuff earlier and earlier, which is good. It's nice. It's less stress for me. But it also felt like this like spread out through the entire last month, which is fine. This is our biggest party of the year. So here's what happened. A couple of days ago, I actually got all of our like, not non-perishables, but like things that aren't gonna go bad. Non-produce, I would say, for our charcuterie board. And this year we're doing a chocolate fountain for the first time, so for our chocolate fountain. And I got all of those because we had this thing on our Target Circle that was like, spend $100, get $20 back, and you do that twice, and then you get $20 back each time, which like $40 back for $200, that's a lot. And so I was going to Target to get something else for the party, but it was like small, it was little, I forget what it was, and it wasn't gonna hit the $100 at all. It was like $17. So I was like, here, I'll just get all of this in advance, and that's gonna make it so much easier, because typically every single other GOFFMAS that we've hosted, either the night before or 2 nights before, because I want to have the produce be fresh, I've gone and I've just done a big afternoon/night of like going to the liquor store, sometimes going to multiple different grocery stores, especially because I want certain like specialty cheese and stuff. And that like takes it out of me. I feel like it makes me really, really tired. Like I just have memories of like being at Costco being like, oh my gosh, I'm just like trudging along. So this is gonna be so nice because I have all of our like crackers, popcorn, pretzels, chocolates. I got all of those. Plus, now all of our drink stuff, which is gonna be so, so nice, because then just like on Thursday, I'm gonna go and get like our cheeses, our meats, and then all of our like produce. So veggies, fruit for the chocolate fountain, plus for our charcuterie island. We literally do this entire island. So I'm really excited. So liquor-wise, we're doing something a little different this year. Every year that we've hosted GOFFMAS, I think maybe besides the first year, we've done 2 punches, large scale, big old punches. I think we just did 1 the first year. And with those punches, obviously they're holiday themed, holiday flavorings, cinnamon, or they, like last year I did a green Grinch, I think it was a margarita, had like Midori in it, so like very green. And they're large scale, they're batched. So that's fun. I think I've gotten better and better at doing large scale punches and like figuring out how to like do all the ingredients in them, how to edit things that I didn't want to add to them, how to keep them cold was a big one, things like that. I think I've gotten better and better at it. I remember, I think it was the first year, maybe it was the second year, because it was Christmas in July. Oh, I think it was the second year. I had like punch bowl, like spoons, but they were basically just like ladles, and they kept like slipping into the bowls, just like not well executed. So I've gotten better and better at that. Now, I would say like 3/4 of people drink only those. They don't even bring their own drinks that they want to have, like certain particular beers or like seltzers or whatever. And then about a fourth have generally done some of their own, if not had their own the entire night. Last year was the first year in which I still feel like the punches did well because I think they were some of our best punches. They were less sugary than past years. But I noticed more and more people that just like did not even try them maybe. Or I don't know. It's hard to like gauge like stats every year because the party goes by so fast, but I like want that data. But just people who are doing a lot of their own drinks. And that's, I think, because we're getting older. We have our own preferences. People like just want to try a little. They don't want to drink like a sugary punch all night. Makes sense. So this year I'm like, okay, what can we do differently? And I wanted to do like a full display. So our drink station is normally on our dining room table, which is over here. This year, what I did is I got 2 little Christmas trees from Target, literally in the dollar section. They were $5. They're like little tinsel trees. I think they're 1 foot, or maybe they're each 2 feet. I can't tell. Maybe they're 2 feet. And then I got a bigger tree, which is either 2 feet or it's 3 feet, also from Target, but it was $10. And they're all tinsel. That one's blue, and then the 2 outside ones are silver. I'm gonna cover the entire dining room table with like snow, which I actually did last year, and like have a whole display. And then there's gonna be a bunch of coolers in the front that we're borrowing all of our friends' blue coolers, just so it has like a look. It's snow. It's a winter wonderland. And we're gonna put 3 signature drinks in clear ornaments and then put them on the trees. So each tree will have a different signature drink, which I think will be really cute and just like a fun interactive. Like I love having things for people to do at our parties. While there is a lot of like chatting and mingling, I think it's important that there are activities that fill your time. I think it's really hard to chat with people that you like don't know if you need to learn a lot about them or if you'll ever see them again. Like how invested you should be in them kind of without having like a planned activity or like a reason why, or like, oh, I'm gonna do that for an hour, but then the next hour games are gonna begin, you know? So I've always prided ourselves on that. We have like very planned activities, and it's a lot of different friend groups. And when we started doing GOFFMAS, it was like a lot of people that didn't know each other well, or maybe they had like met once at our wedding, but other than that, they'd never seen each other again. And so yeah, some people only see each other once a year at GOFFMAS, but they like get to know each other well, and I think that is so wonderful. I love it. So with our signature drinks, we're doing 3 different drinks, and one of the things is I had always tried to do punches that felt distinctly different, but that weren't risky, right? Like they need to be like there needs to be mass appeal for them. So I've never done a dark liquor punch. I did one last year, or maybe it was 2 years ago, that had spiced rum in it, but it also had coconut rum in it, and it was generally a clear drink. Other than that, like, I don't mess with dark liquor. I don't drink dark liquor. Like, it literally makes my bones shiver. Cam doesn't. So I also don't know a lot about it, so that's why I feel like it's, like, harder to make drinks for. But in the last, like, year or so, I feel like there's not a lot, but there are a couple friends that are, like, die hard, will be at GOFFMAS always, who are like old-fashioned aficionados, you know? And so I was like, this year, especially in doing 3 drinks and just having certain drinks, I want to do some sort of like whiskey bourbon drink. And so we're doing like bourbon sour. Of course, these are all holiday-esque, and I don't know exactly what I'm gonna call them yet. And then we're doing Aperol Spritz, which obviously I'm an Aperol Spritz girly. I'm just a Spritz girly in general. So it's an Aperol Spritz and a holiday Aperol Spritz, and then Paloma. So getting some good, still diverse liquors in there. I mean, even more diverse than ever before. And what'll happen is there'll be like instructions of like, add a third of ice to your cup, then pour the ornament in, then top, because I had to figure out like what's going in the ornament, because the ornaments aren't big enough to have the entire drink in them. The sour is close because it's more of like a concentrated cocktail, you know what I mean? Like there's less like kind of filler things in there. I don't know. I'm sure there are like actual terms to this. I don't know them. But I needed to figure out what's going in the ornament and then what goes after. So like pour the ornament, then top with a splash of soda water and fill your cup to the top with Prosecco. So there'll be little signs that explain that. And like the sour is mostly in the ornament, but then I'm gonna make cute cube ice cubes. You know what I'm saying? With like rosemary and cranberries in them. So, you know, like some fun elements. I do think not doing punches, doing more signature cocktails, and I'm making 75 of them, 25 of each. That's what I have for the ornaments, which feels good because then it's like most people at the party will have 2, and then of course they can supplement with other drinks. But it feels like it's gonna be more expensive because I'm making actual cocktails, not punches, that I feel like punches have a lot of like filler type things again, where it'll have like Sprite and it'll have lemon juice, or it'll have Sprite and it'll have lemon soda water. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good example, but like stuff that like bulks it up to make it a bulk drink. So this is probably more expensive, but we're gonna also do coolers in the front that have water, Coke. We've never supplied other beverages like this, just the punches. A beer sampler, which I'll show you, and our friends own a company called Crooked, which is THC seltzers, and we have lots of Crookeds always, and so Crookeds, and that's it. We've literally never had water at our party, which I'm like, that's kind of freaking concerning. So, okay, here's the haul. I have this pink grapefruit Perrier soda water that's gonna go in the Palomas. Especially when things call for like just plain soda water, I'll typically get something flavored that's like in the palate of it. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I mean, people tell me if I'm doing things wrong with cocktails too. Like, I don't know that much stuff. This tequila is actually from one of our wedding couples. They gifted it to us, and it's gonna be perfect for the Paloma. We also will make Jello shots. We always have Jello shots. I love making Jello shots. Actually, honestly, I love Jello shots. I love Jello too. I just think it's a fun element, and we're gonna make them. So this is leftover. We have Absolute Mandarin, and then we have this big old thing of raspberry vodka. 1 year, and I honestly think it was 2 years ago. So this is from 2 years ago. Somebody tell me if like, is this bad? I don't really know. I mean, I keep them on tight. I think it smells fine. But 2 years ago, I miscalculated on my Jello shots, and I had way too much vodka. I literally had these Absolute bottles. I had 4 of them in 4 different flavors, which I'm like, I don't have anything to do all this vodka with. So I have that. I also, for our Christmas parties, I think the last 3 years I've done this, or like this year and the last 2, I will get a whole case at Total Wine because they discount for the cases. They'll have them typically up front, and it'll be like 10, 15, 20% off. And so we need Prosecco for the spritzes, and we'll do a toast. We love to do toasts. And so what we do is we just pour out a bunch of Prosecco in little tiny glasses for everyone. They're almost like the Jello shot glasses. And then we like present them and we do a toast, and just like celebrating everyone, or like some certain special accomplishments that have happened for our friends in the last year. So then we also got this Indeed sampler pack. Again, we're doing beer for the first time. This is a really good one because we actually buy this regularly all throughout the year because Cam and I host consults here, and basically anything else we host, we love to have this in the fridge. A couple years ago, we actually surveyed our friends because Cam and I are not big beer drinkers. We don't have strong preferences whatsoever. I'm not a beer drinker at all. And we were like, what would be a good beer to keep in our fridge for people who we don't know what their drink preferences are, but that would span a lot of different types of beer interests? So, you know, like someone comes over for a consult, we don't know what they want to grab. We want to have like a lot of options for them on hand that they might really like. And so this is what our friends told us. Shout out to Zach, shout out to Jeff. They helped us decide on that. We have been buying this for like 3 years very regularly. It's a good one. It also has a pistachio cream ale, which again, I'm not a beer drinker, but I like, so I would drink that. Okay, then also in here, oh, this is freaking heavy. Our bourbon for the sour, got Woodford Reserve. Again, I know nothing, but reading the blogs, when I put together the drinks, I'm not a person who can like go to Total Wine and be like, okay, let me grab a little of this, a little of that, a little of that. I am the person who is getting inspiration from blogs, you know, like Half-Baked Harvest. Actually, this drink is a Half-Baked Harvest drink. I can put it down below. We just modified it a little bit, like we're doing a different simple syrup. We're actually doing a cinnamon simple syrup that I didn't want to hand make, and they handmade a cranberry cinnamon, and that seemed risky. I felt like I would mess it up, so we're buying a cinnamon simple syrup, or a cinnamon syrup. What was I saying? Oh, I can't go to Total Wine and just pick stuff out. So I find them on the blogs. I write them down. I make any changes that I want to make of things that I think can kind of substitute well and stuff. And I literally hand calculate. So like for these 25, especially honestly, that I needed to figure out the volume that could fit in the ornament, and then what else needed to be like topped or added later. So yeah, tons of places who were recommending this, and I was like, I've seen this lots of places. I'm gonna get it. So that, yeah, I just can't wing it. It's got to be a really planned out vibe. So then regular simple syrup and orange bitters. Orange bitters for the sour. The regular simple syrup is going on the Paloma. And then I had simple syrup, and I didn't know that simple syrup went bad. And I'm going to be honest, I have used it when it's been bad. I just checked it, and it had literally been bad for a year, and I had it. Oops. Aperol. We have 2 bottles of Aperol here, or we have like 1.5. This is one liquor that like I will actually drink on my own. I will for sure make drinks for this when people come over. Like, I don't need to plan anything to use it, obviously, because it's so simple. But I got another one just in case, and if it needs to be left over, that is totally fine. And then a whole bunch of Topo Chicos, which will be for the Aperol Spritz. I like mineral water in Aperol Spritzes. I think that it tastes really good. That's it. Woo! Welcome to our pantry. So today is Sunday. We are now in the countdown. We have lots of tasks. So I feel like everything prior to this was like conceptual, you know, like plan out which games we're gonna do, pick out the drinks, like put together the schedule. Today, I'm gonna post the schedule in our Facebook event. I actually read the book, The Art of Gathering, earlier this year, and it was amazing. It was unbelievable. It changed my life. It just like I learned so much from it, and so this is our first like party since I read that. When we organized kickball this year, we took a lot of Art of Gathering principles and tried to incorporate those, but I feel like this is the true test of it, and something that Cam and I have been noting when we go to parties or gatherings, we want to know what's happening when and how to kind of plan for that. Otherwise you're like, oh, should I hang around? Ooh, were they hoping that we would do something else? So that means that we first have what we call jingle, mingle, and bingle. That we're calling that for the first time this year. It's bingo. And then a toast, and then games, and a costume contest. So we're doing that. Also in the pantry here, which I'll show you right now, we have all of the drinks that I showed you from the haul, and then I have all of the like M&Ms, crackers, pistachios, all that kind of stuff, so that it's stocked up, ready to freaking rumble. I'm also changing over all of our guest bedding so that if people want to stay over, they are good to go for that. Cam is magic erasering all of our walls, and he's tidying up his office today. So let's get after it. Okay, it's the day before the party. You might ask, Tia, what happened in between there? Oh, well, when you try to do a DIY project the same week as party prep and you have all this like meticulously planned out of like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, kind of tough because, you know, if you're working on your DIY project like 4 hours a day, you work, then you paint, and there's not much time left for your party tasks. So we have been doing them. Cam's been killing it. He's been doing his. But a lot of his has been like cleaning the baseboards, like, you know, magic erasering the walls, so like not as cute. But we've been doing little tasks here and there. Actually, last night we got a lot of little tasks done. Printed the bingo. This year it is called Jingle, Mingle, and Bingle. I think it looks freaking cute. It's like get to know you. So you have to find people who are all these, and it's fun because lots of people don't know each other, so they're like forced to talk to each other. So like, has an advanced degree, has visited Cam and Tia's honeymoon country, played a collegiate sport, like things like that. And then all the winners are going to win prizes, and they're going to win scratch-offs this year, which I had never bought a scratch-off. We have friends who are into scratch-offs and like pull tabs and stuff. I've never participated, never purchased, or actually I pulled my first pull tab this summer after kickball. Didn't buy it though, our friends bought it for me. And so I literally went in and I had no clue, and I was like, how much are they? And I'd kind of like figured out in my head, like I kind of thought they were $2, but I didn't really know. Like, oh, I want to get 20 of them because there can be lots of different winners. And she was like, just look at the sign. And I literally had never noticed at the gas station, like the whole mat where like you go to pay on the countertop had at least 12 different options going up to $20. There were $20 pull tabs. I literally had no idea. And then she said it was cash only, and then it was chaotic, but I got pull tabs. That's what all the winners are gonna get. Typically, we normally only do one winner, but this time we're doing a time period, and all the people that black out their board will win. So now, I'm grocery shopping. Let's get after it. I'm getting all of our produce, cheese, meats, all of those things. I'm getting my nails done. I'm doing a little silver on my fingers. I don't think I've had my fingernails painted all year. Is that true? I just stopped doing it. Like, I feel like it's a hassle, especially when I get gel on my nails. And then I feel like I need to keep going back in, but I am going to get gel. But I'm going to get a silver sparkle. Have it through the holidays, have it through New Year. I think that'll be really fun. Get my toes done because they're like grown out and gross. And I got gel on those. I have been getting my toes done. But like, it lasts too long, you know? I don't know, that's a weird vibe. And then I need to get back here because at 1, our friends who were our wedding clients this past year, and they are also wedding photographers, and they have a super cool photo booth. They're delivering that for us so that we can use it for the party. And so that'll be in Cam's office. So let's do this thing.